Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new live stream. And I always like doing the live streams. I love hearing your guys' thoughts on the game, like your predictions and stuff like that. Obviously, as you guys know, tonight the New York Knicks are going to be taking on the Indiana Pacers, and we're on the road. We just came off of a very disappointing loss to the Toronto Raptors, not because the Raptors are a bad team. It's because the way we played and the way we folded, especially the way we started the game. Another game, I didn't really like Julius Randle's body language. The only players, I know it's unfair to say, the only players that looked like they were interested in this game were Obi Toppin. And you could say RJ Barrett, Kemba Walker. I don't know what's going on with Julius Randle at home. Obviously, he's a human being. He's not just an NBA player, but something's going on. And I'm not sure what it is. Julius Randle definitely does need to step up his game, specifically on defense. Like, I think the scoring will come, but the turnovers have really been pissing me off, to be completely real. But I don't think this is going to be as easy as a game as some people think. The Pacers are a talented team on paper. They're having one of their best players back, Malcolm Brogdon. He just came back from a hamstring injury. I think he's one of the most underrated players like in the league when healthy. Like this Pacers team comes down to health because a player who I think's another underrated player, or you could say kind of got overrated because the bubble is TJ Warren. This team all relies on health. Like there's some just big moments of the season. Miles Turner's hurt, Malcolm Brogdon's hurt, Sabonis injury, but I like their brand new rookie Chris Dorte. Someone we should definitely look out for in this game because like he's someone that I low key wanted the Knicks to get. I was like kind of on the Dorte bandwagon, then I jumped off and then got back on. And yeah, he was drafted at 24 years old, so he literally looks like a veteran. But I do want to hear your guys' input. I'm going to read the chat real quick. I appreciate you guys being here. You guys are awesome. That man David's in the house. Appreciate you being here. I really do. What's going on, Karam? How are you? Pudge, great supporter of the channel. Knicks fans Brazil. I'm looking forward to collabing with you guys. If you want to reach out to me about like collabing and all that, so it's easier, not over the YouTube comment section, you can reach out to me on Twitter. It's at Clutch B-Ball TV. Thank you, Pudge. I really appreciate that. I've really liked the way Barrett's been playing these last three games since the Chicago game. What's going on, Drew? Still Knicks fans. If you haven't already, sub up Still Knicks fans. They're awesome over there. I think they have one of the most underrated channels. Like they deserve a lot more subscribers. Like they're like it's a very professional show, the way like their layout is and everything. Make sure you subscribe to them. I appreciate being here. But yeah, subscribe to Knicks fans Brazil as well. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I got that when I was like eight years old. Actually, all eyes on Randall and Tibbs. So I want to hear your guys' thoughts when I'm talking about it, though. Who do you think, like, what do you think the X factor is of this game? Obviously, not like putting players aside, we need to close out this game. You could say every game, there's been a scare at the end. Like we haven't cleanly closed out a game. Is that a real the good way to put it? Or the we haven't closed out a game properly. I know a win is a win, but if you want to be a good basketball team, you gotta at least have like a couple blowouts. You have to have some type of commanding win, if you know what I mean. And I don't think it's gonna continue tonight. I don't. I think the Pacers are an underrated team. They're 2-6, but I'm gonna read off the teams they lost to. And they weren't getting completely blown out. So the Charlotte Hornets, they lost by 1 point against the Charlotte Hornets. Chris Dorte in his debut, he had 27 points. They lost to the Wizards by one. They're off to a good start. They beat the Miami Heat. I didn't watch that game, so I'm not sure if there was any injuries to the Miami Heat. And they won that game 102-91. They lost to the Bucks. Bucks haven't really been themselves this season. They've had some injuries. They lost to the Raptors. The Raptors look good. They lost to the Nets. Raptors again, and they beat the San Antonio Spurs in commanding fashion. And this is a different team now because you have Malcolm Brogdon back. I feel like, do we match up that well up against this team? I feel like the second unit's definitely going to have to step up. Randall's a human being outside of basketball. I don't know what's going on at home or anything like that. And like all seriousness, he just doesn't look as motivated out there. Like compared to last year. There's moments that he's just like wandering around on defense, people just blowing by him. He just doesn't look interested. He doesn't look consistently engaged. Like going back to that Pelicans game, when I went back and watched the film of that game for sure. So Julius Randle's definitely going to he's going to have to be on his A game because we know Domantas Sabonis is like he's a good player. He's no slouch at all. I think he's someone that has extremely great footwork. Like you have to be on your A game when defending this dude. He even has a solid shot from mid-range territory. And you could say Randle was like lazy the last game. Like there was one possession that described the entire game of the way this Knicks team played. Julius Randle not boxing out. Literally no one was boxing out. They were able to get offensive rebound after offensive rebound. It seemed like he wasn't fighting at all. Like fighting, I mean like playing extremely hard. We know Sabonis, he's a killer on the glass. I believe he's averaging over 10 rebounds. Like second chance opportunities we can't allow versus this Pacers team, especially with Brogdon back. You have Dorte, who's been killing it from beyond the arc. Chris Dorte, and he's also a good defender, so I'm interested to see how he's going to match up with RJ. I believe he's shooting over 40% from downtown. Karis LeVert can get buckets. You can't allow second chance opportunities. Yes, I do think our bench is better, at least when it comes to scoring the basketball, but we'll quickly bounce back. Quickly looks like he's in a sophomore slump. Like, quickly literally can't hit anything right now. I believe he's shooting like under 30% from the field, terrible from the outside. Um, and when his shot's not falling, this is why I wanted him to get better, driving to the basket, finishing stronger, and adding a mid-range shot. Because when his three-point shot isn't going down, he's kind of a liability out there in the court. He's not some lockdown defender. To give him credit, though, he has gone better, like as a distributor of the basketball, but he has to become more of a versatile offensive player, at least in my opinion. But I think a sophomore slump really goes into that. Like he just can't hit anything right now. To be real with Emmanuel Quickly, but it was also a true test to see if Quickly could overcome that adversity because after the rookie year, all these teams watch film on him like, yeah, he loves going to that floater. We've barely seen that floater this year. We haven't really seen that much, so it's either Quickly's not confident in it or he just like decided to stop taking it. I'm not sure. Or defenses have really adjusted that like we know he's going there. We're gonna shut that off because that's what gets him into that rhythm. You know, like instead of taking mid-range shots, he takes a really deep um floater. Burks hasn't really been the best. Like I'm starting to think like this bench starting to become a little overrated. Looked good at the beginning, but it definitely has work to do. It'd call me crazy, but if Quickly continues to struggle, it's probably not going to happen because we have Tom Thibodeau. But if Quickly continues to struggle, I want to see what Quinn Grimes can do. I want Grimes to do honestly. It's not going to happen, but I want to see what he could do. Um, but you look at the Pacers bench, like this is a team that we can't like if we have a big lead, we got to literally stomp on their necks because this team could get buckets. You have Justin Holiday. Justin Holiday always freaking kills the Knicks. He was pretty nice with the Knicks, but like he always kills us. And TJ McConnell, like this is a team that fights. Domantas Sabonis fights. Miles Turner fights on the defense side of the basketball. TJ McConnell's a freaking pest. He's gonna get up in Kemba's jersey, Derrick Rose's jersey. They're not gonna allow easy buckets. They really aren't entering this game. They may have a brand new philosophy. We haven't played them in the regular season. They got Rick Carlisle now. We played them in the preseason, but this is gonna be a tough game. Like I'm really interested to see how Randall's gonna come out. Um, I'm I'm interested to see what Randall's gonna do. I think this is a huge game for Randall again. We're barely any games in the season. I know his offense is gonna get there, but something I was like wrong about so far is like the mental part. I said Randall's gonna get better at the mental part of the game, and it's been the complete opposite. Like he hasn't been good at the mental part of the game. He's still very slow to process things. Randall's still my guy. He's still one of the reasons we're in the position we are now. But I don't know. He's been pissing me off lately, to be real. Yeah, TJ McConnell, he's not really gonna shoot threes like that. Um, we'll see what happens with Cleveland. Evan Mobley looks good. The Pacers are good, but it's good to catch them in a crisis and win today. Yep, we gotta win. And we're on the road. IQ has no mid-range, yup. Yeah, I'm gonna give quickly Tom. He just simply has not looked good at all. Like his playmaking, that's about it, maybe. Izumi or Burks is now a liability. And would you mind seeing Grimes or Deuce? I would love to see Grimes, but Tom Thibodeau, he sticks with his guys. Like we didn't pay Burks that money or bring Burks back just to play a rookie over him, you know? Um, if this was like we're still rebuilding and we had like David Fizdale, then yeah, we would see Grimes if this team started to lose, but we're a win now mode team and I don't see that happening. But what's going on, Luca? I hope you're doing well. Yo, what's going on, Buzzer Beater? Buzzer Beater, great supporter of the channel. And I agree, Luca. I think it is mental with him. Um, Buzzer Beater says Julius has to be our closer. He's making too much money. See, that's in my opinion, that's stupid though. I don't care how much money you're making. Like whoever's the best closer on the team, whoever puts us in the best position to win, they should be taking the shots. I don't care how much money you're making. I don't. That's just my opinion. Let me know down below, like in the chat, your thoughts on that. If Julius isn't doing a good job closing games, give someone else a chance. I really don't care how much money you're making, but I understand they're investing all this money into Julius to be that guy. And obviously, I'm not comparing Julius Randle to Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's miles ahead of Julius. Giannis is the best player on the team. They're paying him all this money. Giannis hasn't really proven to be this closer. You could be the best player on the team and still not be the closer. Chris Middleton is the one that hits the big shots for them. So but Chris Middleton, I get it. He still got a bag, but whoever's hot, we should just feed the hot hand at the end of the game. Like just because Randall's our best player, or as of right now, our best player, some people are gonna say RJ. I disagree with that. Like it's way too early. Like I know some people that are saying this is RJ's team now. I would love this to be RJ's team one day, but it's way too early. He's played like good games. Like it's still very early in the season. What we're saying now, like I think RJ's gonna have a good year. He's on track to have a good year right now. I've really liked how he's playing lately. But who knows? He could freaking crap the bed the next 10 games. Like, you never know in the NBA. There's so many games. Um, RJ's been playing well. Hopefully, we get another good game from RJ. I think Chris Dorte is going to play good defense. I agree, Knicks fan Brazil. Randall had like 18 in the first quarter, and then he scored 4 more points after that? Um, it's possible, Knicks fan Brazil. That's what I said. Like, he has a life outside of basketball. Like, he's not just a basketball player. Like, people don't really think about this. Yes, they love basketball, but it's also their job. It is. Um, but yeah, brand new baby. Might be Jace. I'm not gonna have any like trade talks or anything like that. I'm happy with Mitch right now. Mitch is my guy. I think he's playing extremely well. McBride is very good at defense. I agree. I actually made a video on McBride playing good defense. If you want to check that out, it was like a mixed video, one of my favorite videos on the channel. He deserves more minutes in games that we are scoring, that we're like allowing scoring badly, but I don't think that's gonna happen. McBride didn't even play like what did he play like 2 or 3 minutes in the preseason? Like he barely played in the preseason, so I don't even think he's gonna play in the regular season. So I just don't see that happening. It depends how he's doing in practice. But again, you could be amazing in practice, and Tibbs won't play you as a rookie. It's a job, but it's also their passion. They're good at it. Yeah, exactly. Um, what's going on also? There you go. There you go. That's why some people turn on Tibbs at times. Like when something's going wrong, we still stick with the same guys out there in the core. Like you could say Tibbs is stubborn at times. He doesn't make adjustments to different players. Like I don't care if you're a rookie. If you could ball, you could ball. But we can also say we don't know if Grimes is good. Yeah, he hit like that three, like a couple threes in the preseason, but that doesn't mean he's good. Like we don't know. Um, but I do like Grimes. I like McBride, but we don't we don't know if they're good. Like we don't know if they're decent NBA players. We don't even know if they're NBA players. Yeah, yeah, I agree. The last game, we should have just kept going to RJ. I didn't think we were gonna win that game at the end anyway, but it really did piss me off. RJ should have had like I'm not really a big time stats guy, but RJ should have had another 30-point night if we kept on distributing the basketball to him. Like we need to rely on the hot hand more. That really just pissed me off. Um, we'll see. I don't care if RJ has 20 plus points. I just want to win. That would be great if he has 20 plus points and the win. I just want to win. IQ's ruining his trade value. I'm not talking about trades right now, man. It's way too early in the season to be talking about that. Like we have 2 losses and like we're never happy, we're never satisfied. But to look at these starting lineups, The New York Knicks starting lineup versus the Indiana Pacers. Obviously, for the New York Knicks, you got Kemba Walker, you got Evan Fournier at the two, you got R.J. Barrett, you have Julius Randle, and then you have Mitchell Robinson. And then for the Indiana Pacers, I actually think they have an underrated lineup. Not saying it's championship caliber, but you have Malcolm Brogdon over there. You have Karis LeVert back healthy. You have the rookie Chris Dorte from Oregon, 24-year-old rookie, but he's a freaking baller. I believe he's second in points per game for rookies. He's shooting it extremely well, much better off the bounce than I thought. Even has some underrated vision. You have Domantas Sabonis and Miles Turner. Miles Turner actually had a 40-point game this season, but I think he kind of fell off because he had 41 game, and I see he's only averaging like 13 points per game. He's someone that I've always waited for like the pop all-star year from him. But the matchup with Kemba Walker and Karis LeVert, or not Karis LeVert, Kemba Walker and Malcolm Brogdon, you could say Brogdon healthy wins that matchup there, but it's Brogdon's like first game back in a few games because he had the hamstring injury. I feel like Brogdon's the more balanced point guard. He gets after it defensively more. I feel like that's gonna be tough for Kemba. I really do think that's gonna be tough, but we'll see. Brogdon still has to get back to the speed of the NBA, but he's also been in the league for a good amount of time, so he might come back no problem. I'm not sure. How do you guys think Kemba Walker is going to be on Brogdon? I don't think that's a good matchup for Kemba. Fournier and Karis LeVert, I actually think that's going to be a pretty equal matchup. LeVert's like, he's actually going to become a better scorer. I know he's only averaging 15.5, which is still a good amount. He just shoots it well from three. He's like, he hasn't been that great, like, outside of shooting it from the three-point line because, yes, he's been shooting 40% from three. But besides that, like he's shooting 40% from the field, like in general. So I think he's struggling finishing at the basket and mid-range territory as well. But Fournier is definitely gonna have to step up defensively. Like LeVert's an interesting scorer. Like LeVert's not crazy explosive, but he's smart. Like he could figure out angles. And LeVert's even like taking some steps when it comes to his playmaking. He's averaging like 4 assists. And I feel like this is the most underrated matchup, R.J. Barrett versus Chris Dorte, because I don't look at Chris Dorte as a rookie. I don't, because this dude is 24 years old. Yes, you could say it's brand new to him, the NBA lifestyle, the money, just being in the training facility, just playing with these NBA caliber players, but he's 24. Like this dude just came in right away and just like he's not making rookie mistakes either. Like he's not. Like I've watched some of the film I've watched a film of Chris Dorte. He doesn't look like a rookie. Like he doesn't. The things I was concerned about, him scoring off the bounce and like his decision making passing the ball, it hasn't been bad. And he's also not afraid of the big moment at all. Like everything I hear that the players love playing with him. Brogdon loves playing with him. But RJ's obviously the more versatile offensive player. I think Dorte's better like off the bounce, like shooting off the dribble, but RJ's the better at like dribble penetrating, attacking the basket. RJ's a better playmaker. I don't watch Chris Dorte a crazy amount, so like I don't know if his defense is as good as RJ. Obviously, I watch RJ a lot more than Chris Dorte, but Chris Dorte is a good defensive player coming out of Oregon. So I think RJ's gonna win that matchup because he's more versatile, but Chris Dorte might be a pest on RJ. I would not be surprised. Julius Randle and Domantas Sabonis. I think it all comes down to how Julius Randle is mentally. We saw last year Randle just kill Sabonis, at least on the offense side of the basketball. And he was a better defensive player last year than this year or last season. Like I don't know what's up with Randle. He just looks lazy. He looks like not invested in the game. Hopefully that all changes. Hopefully he's all good right now mentally. But if Sabonis gets him, like if Randle's not on his A game defensively, Sabonis can get him with the up and unders, just like his finesse. We know his footwork's off the charts. Like this dude's footwork's like a ballerina. Like if you watch Sabonis play, like his footwork is absolutely off the charts, and he has great touch. So you can't allow him to be close to the basket. You got to force him to like expand his range to mid-range territory. He is capable of making those shots, but I'd rather him shoot like deeper shots from mid-range territory than get those easy looks with that soft touch around the basket, if you know what I mean. But I think Randall has the capability of killing Sabonis like offensively, but Sabonis can do the same thing to Randall. I think it comes down to how Randall is defensively in this game, and is he smart? Is he taking care of the basketball? Like we know Randall's never gonna have like one or two turnovers. Watch him have none now. Like, he's gonna at least have 3 in a game because he handles the rock so much. And is it only me, or I'm starting to get pissed off seeing Randall, like, dribble up the ball? Like, it's really starting to annoy me. I'm not gonna lie. But I feel like that matchup could go either way. Mitchell Robinson, Miles Turner. I think Mitch is actually gonna have a great game. We know Miles Turner has, like, he could stretch it to the outside. I'm not sure what his numbers are this year. He's always been a guy that's like, he has the range to shoot it from the outside, but he's never hit it at an extremely high clip. But Mitch is capable, like, he's one of the most versatile defensive players in the league, or I think he's underrated when it comes to his defensive versatility. Like, Mitch can guard the perimeter, he could guard the inside. He's even stronger now this year. But Turner's capable of going off one game and then kinda not doing much scoring wise. But Turner's a great rim protector. He's always been, like, in the top of the league when it comes to protecting the rim. So I don't know. Are we gonna be able to throw those lobs to Mitch? Are we gonna be able to get him involved as much? I think this is gonna be a very, like, tough game for the New York Knicks, but I do like Turner's game. I think Mitch is gonna have a big game defensively. I think Miles Turner is gonna have a good defensive game as well, not just on Mitch, but he's capable of, like, keeping guys in check, like, coming off screens, not completely locking down like a 2 or a 3, but Turner just has that length, and he plays with such a high motor that he's capable of just being playing well on defense. Um Knicks fans Brazil says Barrett is calling the moves for him. He's more aggressive and hitting. Yeah, if we continue, what's going on, that man David? I shouted you out earlier, but how you doing, man? Welcome. Knicks fan Brazil says Barrett is calling the moves for him. He's more aggressive and hitting many consecutive points. Yeah, Barrett's been more aggressive, which we like to see. I feel like Barrett could be even more aggressive if we got him involved in the offense even more. But again, there is certain things in RJ's game that he is limited at. But I saw in the Pelicans game, he hit that step back three. I was at work, so I had to rewatch the film. When he hit that step back three, I was surprised. I was like, damn, I don't think like we've ever seen that from RJ throughout his career. Him just shooting off the bounce in that game was just amazing because I'm like, that's progression, that's development right there. He's working on his game. You could see it. And that was definitely exciting. The game he had a career high 35 points. Um, but yeah, RJ's looked good. We'll just see if we continue to get him involved even when he's hot. That's the key thing. When RJ is hot, do we continue to give him the ball? Like, like I don't care if Randall's the guy who's getting paid all this money. I don't care if he's our number one option. Whoever's hot is hot. Give him the damn ball. Put us in the position to win this game. Yeah, shout out to Knicks fan Brazil. I'm looking forward to being on that channel. RJ dropping 50 tonight. As long as we win. If he drops 50 and we win. Yes. Um yeah, Quickly's fun to watch when he's on, but he's so frustrating when he's off. Love your channel, bro. Keep up the great work. I really appreciate that. I believe I've seen you in my comments before. I really, really appreciate that. That means the world. Thank you, man. Um Buzzer beater says right here, has anyone noticed that players that are not one and dones, LaMelo, Brogdon, Morant, Doncic win Rookie of the Year and maintain their productivity longer? Wait, has anyone noticed that players that are not one and dones win Rookie? What do you mean not one and dones? LaMelo came from overseas. Doncic came from overseas. I'm not sure what you mean there, man. Ask them, man. Maybe they'll let you on. They seem like cool guys. Yeah, that's very frustrating. We got to learn how to close out this game. We got to. We have to, man. It's just very frustrating. It seems like every game, like the Celtics game, we never had a big lead in that, I believe. We didn't. The Magic game, the first time we played the Magic, we took care of business. I didn't see the whole second Magic game. I was at work, but apparently we had a double-digit lead. Didn't execute on it. Um, Trying to think what else. The Pelicans game, we blew the lead in that one. The Bulls, we blew a lead down the stretch. Yeah, we blew the lead down the stretch of like every game, y'all. No, I was just confused because Luka didn't play college basketball. Has anyone noticed that players that are not one and dones, not one and dones, win Rookie of the Year? I've not noticed that actually. I did not. Anthony says great content. I really appreciate that, man. That means the world. I love making content for you guys. I think we need to work on turnovers and pace. If we don't, we have a problem. I agree. We just had way too many turnovers the last game. The second half, or just the end of the second quarter was ugly. Like we were up 15 points, and before you know it, they cut it to 4. Like, yeah, I could accept that they fought back, the Raptors played hard, but it's just like we just played with, like, no life, it seemed like, in that second half. Like, it was ugly offensive rebounds, turnovers, like, bad shots. Like, I didn't like it at all. I didn't. But I completely agree. We need to work on our pace and turnovers. And that starts with Randall. Randall's the leader of this team. Randall is. And whatever he does negatively might affect the whole team. So we need to make sure he plays smart, or he has to make sure he plays smart. Is Nerlens Noel playing tonight? I believe he's still questionable with the knee injury, and they've like really kept that quiet because there hasn't been much coverage on that. He is questionable, but I actually have a question for you guys. Are you concerned with the depth at the center position right now? Like, are you guys like scared about that? Because Taj Gibson's out with an ankle injury. Nerlens Noel, or he's questionable, Taj Gibson. Noel's questionable. Most likely that means there's a high chance they're not playing. Mitchell Robinson starts. I don't know if I'm okay. I'm not okay, actually, with Jericho Sims being the backup 5. I don't trust Jericho Sims. Like, his awareness is terrible. Like, he's a rookie at the end of the day, obviously. But are we going to see some small ball? Would you guys rather see well, we're gonna have to see Jericho Sims out at some point, but do you trust the small ball lineup more with like Obi and Randall or Jericho Sims coming off the bench? Like, are you guys concerned with that in this game? We'll see what Golgop Ataze does, though. I'm interested to see what he does. I think Star J ceiling is point guard PG James Harden combo. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not a huge Harden guy. I'm not. I don't want RJ to be Harden because that means we're not winning anything. Because I don't think Harden's a player you can win a championship with. You guys may think that's a hot take, but I hope RJ isn't Harden because I don't think you can win a championship with Harden. I don't. I don't think he's a winning player. Um, I just want him to be a winning player. Knicks are fourth worst in defensive rating. I was actually about to bring that up. We freaking suck in the fourth quarter on defense. Makes sense. We fold all the time. Do you think the Knicks' new offensive pace has dropped our defensive intensity a bit? That's a good question. Do you think the Knicks' new offensive pace has dropped our defensive intent? We're definitely not as good defensively, like compared to last year. There's times that I'm like, Tom Thibodeau's gonna fix it, but will he fix it? Do you guys think he's gonna fix the defensive, like the defense in the fourth quarter? I'll say this: the personnel's not as good defensively. I don't think it's just the offensive pace. Obviously, we were a grinded out team. I understand what you're saying. Like we get out and run more, and there's a higher chance we don't get back on defense. See, Alfred Payne was not good. Alfred Payne was not good, don't get me wrong, but any logical Knicks fan, like Kemba Walker tries. I know Alfred Payne had some bad moments defensively. Alfred Payne, better defender than Kemba was. Reggie Bullock, he is very limited offensively. He couldn't create anything off the bounce that really hurt us in the playoffs. I'm not saying Reggie Bullock's better than Fournier. Better defender. RJ Barrett's obviously still here, like, and obviously everyone else. But we did get worse personnel wise, and you actually make a really great point there with the offensive pace affecting the defense. But what I have a question for you guys. What would you rather have in the playoffs? Would you rather have like actually I think it's an obvious answer. Would you rather have last year's like the defense you could say was actually kind of underwhelming in the playoffs last year, or maybe it was good, but our offense was just terrible. We had no one to create. Would you rather have like a mediocre, like okay offense in the playoffs with a good defense, or a good offense with like defense? Because like defense is really important in today's NBA, but you got to have shot creators as well. But that's actually a very great question. That's hard for me to answer. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on that. Tibbs supposed to be a defensive coach, and our defense is trash. You need good defensive players though to have good defense. You do. You can't just freaking make Kemba Walker grow 3 inches taller, make him a better defender. Our defense has been bad, but like we can't put all that on Tibbs. Like why the defense is so bad. Like we couldn't run like the slow grinded out style of play with like this personnel this year. Like this is a totally different team than last year. Like what you're doing with Alfred Payne, you couldn't do with Like you can't do with Kemba. And what's going on, Stephen Fox? I hope you're doing well. If we had, let me see what this says here. Knicks fan says, I'm not saying McBride is a starter, but he could get into games if our markings are too weak. and we're behind the score. I agree with you. Maybe like because he brings momentum on defense. That's what I like about him. Don't get me wrong. I would love to see McBride if we're behind in a game. We need some energy defensively, someone that can really like build some momentum, you know. But Tibbs ain't playing McBride. Like I said, McBride didn't even play. Like we were up 1,000,000 points in preseason games. This dude didn't get any action. He got like 1 minute at the end of the game. Like he's not gonna play. I wish though. I like McBride. Um, uh, I agree with the adjustments. Sometimes Tibbs doesn't make adjustments at all. Still, Knicks fan says our perimeter defense took a huge hit, and the perimeter players in the NBA are extremely dynamic and explosive. We're going to struggle this year in that area. I agree with that. I agree with that. Am I the only one that thought our perimeter defense last year was overrated? When it came playoff time, I think our perimeter defense started to get like exposed last year versus the Hawks. There was many like yes, we had some good games guarding the perimeter, but last year there was just straight up games that I'm not taking credit away, but there was games they were just straight up missing open shots outside of the perimeter opposing teams. Like in the playoffs, it looked awful. That might just be me though. Um, Cooper, stop watching. I watch anyway. I don't know why. The Giants suck, man. They suck. Congrats to the Jets fans though on a W against the Bengals. Who saw that coming with Mike White? Um, Quan says, I see splashes of great defense. I just think it's gonna take till midseason and we'll have a top 10 defense. We'll see. Like I didn't think we were bad in the first quarter defensively against the Raptors. I don't it just fell apart. Like it's not like the entire game our defense is bad. Like we have nice moments defensively or like nice quarters. It's just we can't execute it 4 quarters. Like you could say the same thing with the shooting. We can't execute, even though I think the shooting's better than the defense, that we shoot it well for the in the first half, but eventually you're going to start missing. The Knicks need to do a better job making adjustments when your 3-point shots aren't going in. You can't just live by the 3 all game. Eventually you're going to have to start attacking. You are. That's why it pisses me off when Randall settles so much for just outside shots. Like Randall needs to learn how to play inside out a little bit more. Or just everyone on this team, like in a way. I know Fournier is not some crazy attacker, but he's much better than Bullock was last year. But I don't know if you guys noticed that. We start off shooting the 3 ball very well, and then it like cools off the second half. Like your shot's not always gonna go in. Um, Good offense with mediocre defense. Yes, I agree. Infinity. Julius does need to move the rock. He moves the rock. Like he has moments. Yes, he has moments that takes the worst shots. He's very ball dominant. He moves the rock, but at the worst time. Like someone's wide open. Let me wait like 10 seconds when they're not open, then pass it. Like, it pisses me off. Like, make decisive decisions. If you want to be one of the best players in the league, you got to be able to process information quickly. Randall does not do that. He doesn't. You could be the, excuse me, you could be the biggest Randall fan in the world, but if you say Randall processes information quickly, you're just lying to yourself. He's literally double teamed. Someone wide open on the perimeter. I'm not an NBA player. I'm not a coach. And there may be more into it. I don't see how though. Fournier is wide open, like inside or outside of the perimeter. RJ, let me just wait till the second guy comes. Like, I don't know. He frustrates me not making quick decisions after getting double teamed, and he's gonna have to clean that up because that's not gonna work in the playoffs. Yeah, sometimes he fades away on guards. It really is frustrating. Yes, you could say it is the rule change, but I also think like teams are figuring quickly out. Like they've shut off that floater. They've shut off his go-to moves. And he's just missing wide open shots. He's in a slump. Does remind me of Melo a little bit. All respect to Melo, but Melo he's pissed me off. Um, yeah, Fournier is matched up with Karis LeVert. Karis LeVert's a pretty good athlete, and he's shot at 40% from three this year. I think that's going to be a tough matchup for him. Mitch and the team's help D is critical. I agree with you, man. And I feel like Mitch, what are your thoughts, guys, on Mitch so far this season? I've liked how Mitch has played. I really do. I think we have to accept what Mitch is at this point. I don't care about the jump shot anymore. Like, put the jump shot. I don't want to hear that in the chat anymore. Like, he's not going to shoot a jump shot. And if he is smart enough defensively, if he is solid enough what I say, if he's smart enough defensively, solid enough offensively, he doesn't need a jump shot. Like, I'm not saying he's going to be Clint Capella level, but Clint Capella doesn't need a jump shot. Like, he's fine. Um, Calling him the king of New York. Mitch is a difference maker. I say we start the bench, let them bruise up the starters, then play the starters. I appreciate you guys being here, by the way. You guys are awesome. Yo, what's going on, Andrew? How you doing, man? I always see you as well. I appreciate your support, man. I'm so glad I'm off this week because teachers got this whole thing. Yeah, that is a long time. That's almost a year, man. That's crazy that he was out that long. You think we have to foul more Infinity? Buzzer Beater says RJ, IQ, and Randall need to develop. For some reason, players in today's NBA don't believe in mid-range. Well, Kevin Durant, Chris Paul, Kawhi. Like, I don't understand how some of these young players just like you see these best players in the league doing it. Like this shot, you got to be able to knock down in the playoffs. Why don't you practice it? Or Chris Middleton, I think, is underrated with it. He was huge with it in the finals. Like the big time shot to kind of seal Game 7 was from mid range territory. RJ, IQ, and Randall need to develop a mid range bank shot. Pippen and Duncan said without that shot they would have been mediocre players. Yeah, Duncan was unbelievable with that bank shot. Or was it Game 6? I don't remember. No, it was Game 7. It was an elimination game. Um, yeah, last year we were way more aggressive on defense. What's going on, Andrew? How you doing, man? I appreciate you being here. Yo, what's going on, Anthony? How are you? I just want us to. I don't even care if it's like. I feel like the Knicks don't go up double digits. Don't. I want this to be close the entire time because whenever we go up double digits, we freaking fall apart at the end. It's just, I hate watching it. Like, so frustrating. But we also do have to realize at the same time, this isn't the same team from last year. Like Tibbs said, like Aaron Rodgers said in an interview, you can have the same team, like same roster and all that, but you have a different identity every year. Like you're figuring out how to win like in different ways or just figuring out how to win like every year. Like just because we made the playoffs last year, just because we're the fourth seed last year, doesn't mean it's going to happen again. I think when teams are hot, we need to chase them off the 3-point line. We didn't do that enough versus the Raptors. I agree. Everyone just stood around in that game. And also feel like we missed Nerlens, need 48 minutes of rim protection. We'll see what happens with Nerlens. He has that knee injury. Stephen Fox says Obi 15% from three and 59. Is he shooting a lot of threes though? I feel like he's not shooting a lot. And 59% from the line. The line, yeah, he's gone to the free throw line at least like a decent amount. He needs to knock those down. Um, but I don't want Obi to shoot any threes. I don't. I just want him to run the floor. Only if he's wide open. I get annoyed when Obi shoots threes. It's way too early to say that. It's way, way too early. RJ's been good these last 3 games. I can't go off that sample size. I can't go off of that. Yeah, it's not good, Stephen Fox. 50% is horrible. Remember at the beginning of RJ's rookie year like, what was it, 15 games and he was shooting like 46% from the free throw line. Don't get me wrong, he still needs to get better, but he's improved compared to then. Like, he was terrible from the free throw line his rookie year at the beginning. Yes, he ended up shooting like 61, 62%, which isn't good, but he was like god awful. Wait, what are you saying? A question, Noah. Since we are a three-point shooting team, what is our what? If our threes don't fall just like against the Magic and Raptors, we have to stop settling. We have to attack the basket. We can't just shoot threes all game. It's not always gonna go in. Or we gotta move the ball. Like I've seen times that like our three-point shots fall. Like I don't understand this team sometimes. Like we start off the game moving the ball well, knocking down threes from the outside. Like Kemba looks to create for himself. Julius looks to create for himself. Like I don't. We just need consistent ball movement. Like if the shot's open, take it. But if they're not going in, look to attack. Like that's what I liked. I liked what Kemba did last game. We lost, but when our three-point shots weren't falling at one point, Kemba looked to attack. Like look to draw fouls. Um, how is the image of the Knicks? This is a good question. How has the image of the Knicks in the U.S. changed? Is it changing or still the same? Here in Brazil, Lakers fans and other teams say that our team is a joke. All right, so I live in South Jersey. So there's Sixers fans, there's Eagles, 76ers fans, Eagles fans, Phillies fans, and all that. Most of the fans aren't really classy here. But even 76ers fans are saying, like in my class in school, that the Knicks look good this year. So the Knicks are starting to gain some respect. While like a few years ago or a couple years ago, people would just say the Knicks are trash. People are starting to respect the Knicks. Are you surprised how drastic this Knicks team has changed since Coach Tibbs is amazing, man. I'm not saying he's a perfect coach, but like he's perfect compared to freaking Fizdale, just like all the coaches we've had in the past, Jeff Hornacek. Yeah. Going to the game tonight at Indy just decided tickets are $6. What? Are you a Knicks fan or an Indiana fan? I hope you have fun, man. I hope you have fun. You live in South Jersey too? That's awesome, man. Well, I guess. It's whatever. I live in Florida. Heat fans are the worst. I used to live in Florida when I was like really young. Um, yeah, we are being respected more. What are your guys' expectations though? We have to reach our expectations. It's too early to see if we've seen adjustments. There's certain things that Tibbs isn't going to change. Like he's going to continue to play his starter so long, like and all that. Like, don't expect that to change at all. Um, I hope there's adjustments if our three-point shots aren't falling in the second half or something like that. We look to attack. We consistently move the ball. But what adjustments do you want? I know there has to be adjustments made. I'm just asking. Um, but obviously we don't want to blow leads at the end. Let's see if we close out a game. Um, yes, the Knicks are good again, are great again. It's awesome. Heat fans low-key toxic. I live in South Florida. I don't know any Heat fans, so I'm not sure. I'm okay with that, Adam. That's what I expect. East looks good. The Bulls look better. Like when we play the Bulls next, they're gonna probably be even better than they were last time. Their chemistry is gonna be even better. Knicks will be the third seed. That is a like very hot take. I don't even know what's gonna happen though. The Bucks don't look good with injuries right now. I still think the Sixers are gonna be good. The Miami Heat look good. We'll see. I agree. We gotta win this game tonight, Pudge. Lakers fans are pretty annoying. They are. They are annoying, man. I'm not a betting guy. I never bet, so I'm not the right guy to go to for that. Stephen Fox seems like a nice guy. Ask Stephen Fox. Tibbs going against three coach of the year. Nick Nurse is a great coach. I love Nick Nurse. And I was mad. Like the true NBA fan out of me, I wanted to see Scotty Barnes, man. I wanted to see Scotty Barnes. Like, he reminds me if Ben Simmons didn't play scared. Like, he doesn't have a great three-point shot, but he's not afraid to take it. And he even had a mid-range shot, like a knockdown mid-range shot. So he came to the league with something. But Rick Carlisle and Mike Budenholzer is a good coach as well. Um, Bucks haven't been great this year, though. I'm interested to see what they're gonna do. I don't think Chris Middleton did he play last game? He didn't, I believe, because like Giannis's brother started with him, which was pretty cool. Drew Holiday's out, so that might be a winnable game. I'm gonna actually be live streaming that game Friday. I don't have a problem with Raptors fans. Like on Twitter, are they annoying? Um, but guys, watch out for Justin Holiday. It seems like he always kills us. And TJ McConnell's a freaking pest in this game, or he's just a pest in general. But can we advance to 6-2, y'all? Can we do it? To be honest, I think the Heat are a cut above us, and they. Oh, I agree. Heat scare me, and they would beat us. Like we always lose to the Heat. RJ always plays bad against the Heat too, man. They've looked really good against good teams. Yeah, Kyle Lowry looks great for them. But we can't afford to blow a lead against this team if we have a big lead at any point, because this Pacers team, they've guys that fight. Um, I hope we could hold on to it, Prince. I really hope we could hold on to it. It's frustrating. Got to learn how to close out games, or at least. But we also have to realize I'm not making excuses. This is a different group of guys. Like Kemba and Fournier are different to the starting lineup. We got to learn how to. I don't know if it's a chemistry thing. These guys need to learn how to close out a game together. But yeah, we have to. We got to close out a game. Like even the Raptors game, we're up 15. I know it was like the first quarter or the second quarter, but still. Yeah, he is back from a hamstring injury. So I actually like this though, Knicks fans. I want Brogdon to be back. I want to play a team at full strength. I do. I know there's Knicks fans that are like, I want this guy out. A win is a win. But it makes your team better when you're playing opposing teams at their full strength. You don't want to be like, the Knicks aren't going to be put in this position, or at least I hope not. The Pacers, for example, if we play them tonight, no Sabonis, no Miles Turner, something like that, right? We blow them out. But then let's say we have to win a game at the end of the season to get into the playoffs, and they have their whole fully healthy team back. We haven't played them yet, and we lose. So yeah, IQ's been bad. His playmaking got better. Or his passing got better. That's about it. It's been frustrating, man. But I feel like Knicks fans were too much on the IQ Kool-Aid. 25th overall pick. No one expected a lot. He started balling. People saying he's the point guard of the future. Then he came back to earth, seeing like you start to see now, like Tibbs isn't an idiot. Alfred Payne's not good, but Quickly's not a point guard. Quickly's not a point guard. He's not. Um, Andrew says, I'm the same way, Noah. I want the Knicks to wait. I'm the same way, Noah. By the way, I appreciate all you guys being here. You guys are awesome. I'm the same way, Noah. I want the Knicks to play the defending champs at full strength, but Drew Holiday's out and Chris Middleton and health and safety protocols. So wait, Drew Holiday, I think he hurt his ankle or foot before, and now he's like he has the virus. That sucks. Giannis is still hard to beat though. Giannis is. Um, let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Andrew says, "Yeah, we need tough games. Pacers beat the Heat. I believe we could. Wait, yeah, we need tough games. Pacers beat the Heat. I believe. Yes, they did. Like commanding fashion too. I'm not sure if anyone was hurt in that game though. We can't be lacking energy tonight. I agree. I agree. What's going on, Cam DeBalm? How are you doing, man? Adam Silver says, by the way, I appreciate the commissioner being here. You're amazing. One the Nets, two the Bulls, three the Sixers, four the Heat, five Hornets, six Knicks, 7 Wizards. I think we're gonna be ahead of the Hornets. That's just me though. 7 the Wizards. So the Wizards in the plan. So we just missed the plan. 7 Wizards. Pacers and Hawks just. So who's your 8th seed? You didn't say your 8th seed. 7 Wizards, Pacers, and Hawks. Just missing. Just want to see some defensive tonight. Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean there, man. Who's the 8th seed? Hawks, they're gonna be top 5. Hawks are gonna be top 5. Um, wait, what was when Alfred was on the roster? We always freaking lack against zone defense, but I feel like we have the better personnel to get out of it. I believe it's Burks that always breaks his own defense. Um, wow, you have the Celtics. Celtics ain't gonna be better than the Hawks. I don't see that. I don't. It's only the beginning of the season, but I don't trust them. They're a good team. I know we're Knicks fans, but the Hawks are good. Um, it's annoying how after Knicks loss, all the fans are so negative. Like we're supposed to be in a rebuild, and we have our special price of RJ performing amazing offensively and defensively. Well, things change when Randall has a great year, then you have even higher expectations. You make the playoffs one year, we're on the Kool-Aid, we're excited. Randall gets the contract, plays at such a high level. People expect RJ to make huge leap. I hope he does. But it's just the expectations are higher. That's why. That's why. And Knicks fans, we're just always crazy. So what do you expect? Um, we just can't. We have to continue to stop. Like we have to stop relying on the three ball. Like no, like we could shoot it, but we're not gonna win games by just shooting the three ball. Like we're a good 3-point shooting, but we're not like we're a good 3-point shooting team, but we're not elite. We can't afford to shoot them for all 4 quarters at such a high volume like the Warriors. Like at some point you're gonna have to look to attack and draw fouls. I'll be real, I don't care about Miles Turner right now. I like what Mitch is doing for us. We could have that conversation if Mitch starts playing bad. But right now I like how he's playing. Randall always falls away from contact. Like he's not afraid to attack, don't get me wrong at times. But like sometimes he takes that fall away jumper when it's unnecessary. I agree with you, David. Javon, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you. Who you got winning and by a lot or a little? Knicks by a little. Knicks by 5. I still feel like Randall's still playing around the same this season. I don't think he's shooting the three ball as well. What is he shooting? He's shooting actually the the percentage looks higher because he just stopped being aggressive after that first quarter. So my take was horrible though. I thought Randall was gonna get better at the mental part of the game. He still processes information so slowly, and I'm scared it's gonna hurt us in the playoffs again if we make it there. We have to stop treating. Don't get me wrong, Randall's had some bad moments. But we also have to stop treating Randall like Carmelo Anthony and the offense. Let's see what else. Well, I'm glad you enjoy Buzzer Beater. I decided to hop on and do one because when I asked you guys like what format you wanted me to do the NBA rookie stuff, like I have a video on Jalen Green that I'm gonna release tomorrow. I decided to do on Knicks content today. I was like, I'm feeling a live stream. I think it'd be fun to do. But Jalen video out tomorrow. My thoughts on him so far. Just early video on rookies. I'm not doing one on Cade Cunningham to start because he's barely played. We'll see. Cam DeBom. We'll see. I'm still very happy where the Knicks at. No matter what this season, we have a good future. I agree. Well, unless we freaking suck, Cam DeBom. Stephen Fox. Stephen Fox always got cool comments. Let me see what you got here. I wish Tibbs would make this major change immediately. Run the offense through RJ. I feel like let me finish. The earlier we do it, the better for the team in the long run. Don't get me wrong, I wanna run offense through RJ too. Like, I think he makes quicker decisions, he makes yeah, I feel like he's you could say he's a better passer than Randall, but nah, I know you could look at Randall's stats and all that, but I feel like there's a higher chance, like, RJ doesn't put the ball in harm's way. I don't know if we don't run the ball through, the offense through RJ. I just feel like there's not enough of a sample size. If RJ continues to play like the way he's been playing for the next 10 games, 5 to 6 games, and Randall's still playing stupid, then I'm on board. Like, I want it to happen, but I feel like it's too early to run the offense through RJ. I want to, though. Don't get me wrong. And I don't know if it's because, like, I don't know, Randall and RJ both don't have the best of handles. So you could say RJ doesn't have the best of handle, but Randall doesn't either. So I don't know, man. I don't know. But oh yeah, but the better for the team in the long run, I agree. For the long run, yeah, because RJ is obviously going to be here longer than Randall. Will we finally sign someone after their rookie contract? I believe we haven't signed someone like past their rookie contract or re-signed them since Charlie Ward. I really think so. I think because rookies either don't work out or we just don't pay them. Will RJ be that guy? Please be that guy, please. That's when I'll know this team is really moving in the right direction. Will the hardest game this month be the Bucks for me? Yes. This month be the Bucks. I don't know because Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton are out, so I'm not sure. RJ's handles, and they haven't really been great so far because those guys are out. RJ's handles have improved so much since rookie season. They have improved since his rookie season, but are they still at like a high? Are they at a high level for you? But the thing that sucks, we're having this conversation. If Randall's not the number one to you guys, I don't think RJ's ready yet. We don't have a number one. We don't. We still need a number one. I feel like realistic Knicks fans know that though. That Randall can't be a number one. We can't win a championship with Randall as a number one, in my opinion. Um, I'm not sure, Cam DeBalm. That's a good question. But yes, because they have Giannis. Giannis is just a freak of nature. Yes, I agree. And Giannis, like, I saw last game he took like 7 threes. The game before that, he's taken 10 threes, and he's making like a decent amount of them. Like, he made 3 for 10 the other night, made like, or yeah, he was like 3 for 10, which is like, it's okay amount. Then he made like 3 for 7 the other night. I don't think certain Knicks fans want to hear that though, that we're not contenders. I know we're not contenders. We're still building towards that. Like as much as I like Fournier, we need another star. We do. We do. Any Knicks fan that's real, they know we need another star. Oh, I agree. We need Rose down the stretch. Rose is one of those guys I'm just so confident in. Whenever he takes a floater, I'm like, that's going in. Whenever he takes a three or a mid-range jumper, I'm like, that's going in. I agree, AB. He does need to improve. I feel like everyone on this team needs to improve. Yeah, I wonder if what his limited time is going to be, how many minutes he's going to play, what his minute restriction is going to be. Well, it's Knicks fans. We're going to have one good year and people will think we're contenders. See, Kemba, I'm going to be satisfied with Kemba no matter what because of the contract he's on. Like, we're not paying this guy so much money, you know? Don't get me wrong, his defense isn't good, but for what money he's getting paid, like after buying him out, you shouldn't have really high expectations for Kemba. You really shouldn't. I haven't really looked that much into into a buzzer beater. I think I looked at it like once. Uh, Beating the Lakers will be tough. It's gonna be tough. As long as the opposing team has LeBron James. I think the last time we beat LeBron or the Lakers, no, not the Lakers, LeBron. I think Mario Hezonja blocked him. What was that, 2018? Uh, oh yeah, I read that. Yeah, we had Bozo power forward for 5 mil, so Kemba, Bozo power, who? You think Randall's still thinking about his second child? I feel like he is, and not in the game. It's possible. Like he is a human being. It's not just some basketball player. Some people just think of these basketball players like as superheroes, and like they could do no wrong when like they make mistakes just like us, and they're aware when they're making mistakes. Um, yeah, Dorte has been amazing. He has, I believe he's second in rookie scoring right now behind Scotty Barnes. I think he's averaging like 17.6. Scotty Barnes averaging like 18. Duarte's a solid defender. We'll see what RJ does to him. We'll see. I feel like that's going to be a tougher test than people think. And he's not afraid of the big moment either. I don't know if it's because he's like 50 already or what. I don't even think Randall should be handling the ball that much, though. Yeah, and Henry Ruggs had a friend like a couple years ago that he always talked about that got in a car accident too. That was not smart thinking by Henry Ruggs at all. Okay, that's a very homer answer, AB. I know we haven't seen Quinn Grimes play a game, but Chris Dorte is averaging nearly 18, playing good defense. He's even been a solid playmaker. Like he's been very good. He's top three rookie right now. If Quinn Grimes was better than him, he would be getting minutes, but he's not. I agree, Cam DeVaughn. And or if RJ plays better in the playoffs, that definitely will look promising as well. If Randall See, there's different ways you could say we have success in the playoffs. Obviously, if we improve one round to the second round, go to the semis, or you also look at because we lost in 5 games to the Hawks. It was embarrassing. But also some Knicks fans that were like, the realistic Knicks fans knew though, we weren't winning with Alfred Payne and Reggie Bullock against the Hawks. Like, are you kidding me? The Hawks were a much better team than what some people thought. Like a lot of fans just thought we're gonna win automatically. But they had Lloyd Pierce at the beginning of the season. Like Nate McMillan took over a mess. But what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. Um, Damn, I forgot. Don't remember. Oh yeah, but yeah, you could just say it's like different levels of success. Like if we go to the second round, obviously that's huge. Um, but if we play someone in the first round and we lose 6 to 7 games, that's an improvement too. Obviously, that's not the improvement some people want us losing in 6 to 7 games. But if RJ plays extremely well, if Randall plays extremely well, and they take a big step, I'll be happy with that. But of course, you want to win the round. Yeah, Duarte's been amazing, Javon. Yeah, DeAndre Hunter's pretty underrated. Has Reddish been underrated? No, I mean, has Reddish been efficient? I've seen he's putting up numbers though. We shouldn't have beat the Hawks. The Hawks were the way better team. That's just my opinion. Like Reggie Bullock, you need to have shot creators in the playoffs. Like Alfred Payne, not a shot creator. Reggie Bullock's not a shot creator. Randall freaking sucked. Randall did. I know all the spotlight was on him. I know he was the number one guy, but he played scared. He did. We can make all the excuses like we didn't have another guy to step up, like besides Randall. But Randall was still hesitant. He didn't play well at all. Um, you want to see him play well in the playoffs offensively, though, for a second or third option. Um, anyone that says I just don't agree with that. Like, how are you gonna say like we should have beat the Hawks? Like the Hawks went to the Eastern Conference Finals. We weren't beating the Sixers. That means we would have beat the Sixers too. Oh yeah, I made a video on Scotty Barnes that I was like, Scotty Barnes is what people wanted Ben Simmons to be. Scotty Barnes has been amazing. I'm not gonna lie, like I've liked Scotty Barnes. I jumped off the wagon, got back on. Right now, those comparisons to Draymond Green just look flat out stupid. Like he's way more than Draymond Green. Stephen Fox, like his defense. Yeah, I saw that play though when he went coast to coast, three dribbles and dunked it. Yeah, he just takes so much pride in playing basketball. He just looks like he's having so much fun out there. And I know he's only shooting 22% from three, but he's not afraid to attempt them. Like he has that mid-range shot. Like he's an underrated passer too. Like I like Scotty Barnes a lot. Like the Raptors are just a smart organization. Everyone's like, you thought we should have took Suggs? Nope, this guy. Like we believe in his shot. We believe in his upside. We believe in this kid. And he looks good. I know it's early on, but he looks damn good. LeVert's gonna play tonight. Yeah, Scotty Barnes has been great. I really like Scotty Barnes. I thought he was gonna take more time too. Like he came out right out the gate. Because what I saw in preseason, he wasn't putting up big numbers. Now he's scoring at a higher clip than I thought. Like he was gonna be. I don't know. That kid just plays so hard. Like he's a beast, and he's so strong too. Like what is he? 19 years old. He's freaking huge. 6'8", 6'9". He's so strong. I don't know. Like I guess the only flaw you could say maybe he doesn't have a great handle. The shot is probably the concern with him, but I feel like his mechanics aren't terrible. Maybe he doesn't get enough elevation off the ground when he shoots, but he came in with a mid-range shot. Like if you don't have a three-point shot, you have to come in with something. Yeah, he's smart, Stephen Fox. The Raptors, the Raptors are just always are ahead of everyone else. Like they did a great job just evaluating him. They're like, nope, this guy's way more than just a Draymond Green type player. Like a lot of people were just like, this guy's just gonna do the little things, but they saw star potential with him. Again, only we're not even 10 games in. What are we, 7 games into the season? But he just looks so good. He just looks so good. All right, man. I hope you have a good day at school. Dennis Rodman, wow. Gosh, I'm interested to see what the Raptors are going to be, though. Like, when they have Siakam and Scotty Barnes back. I know Scotty Barnes, what he hurt his thumb. He hurt his thumb, I believe. How's that even happen, though? Like, well, obviously you could jam your finger, but I didn't see it happen, so I'm not sure. So I'm not sure at all. But yeah, guys, I'm actually gonna end the stream. Been live for like an hour and 8 minutes. Gotta eat. Um, I really appreciate your guys' support. I was gonna say something, but I completely forgot what I was gonna say. I think it was about Scotty Barnes. Kind of pissed me off that I don't remember at all. You guys ever like want to say something, but you always like forget? Completely forgot. Motown Noah doesn't even make videos anymore. He hasn't posted in 2 months, so I don't know if he's done. He has a lot more subscribers than me. Um, yeah, Raptors, their future looks good. Matthew, you could always rewatch the stream. I'm sorry, I'm about to head out. I appreciate your support for sure. Um, Knicks in four against who? Hope we win tonight, though, y'all. That's all I care about. Hope we win. Of course, the greedy part of me is like, I hope the Knicks have a commanding win. Hope RJ's amazing again. Just thank you guys so much for being amazing supporters. This channel wouldn't be possible without you guys. Um, yeah, y'all have a great one. Stephen Fox, Andrew, John, Buzzer Beater, Matthew, just everyone. Thank you so much for being here. All right, peace.